This is the final chapter. The reunion is over. The guests have departed and only two men remain in the room. What follows is the last conversation between Hercule Poirot and Dr. Shepherd and the whole truth of the murder of Roger Ackroyd.
A slight gesture from Poirot enjoined me to stay behind the rest. I was puzzled. For the first time, I was absolutely at sea. When the door shut behind the last of the party, he came over to the fire.
Well, my friend, and what do you think of it all?
I don't know what to think. What was the point? Why not go straight to Inspector Raglan with the truth instead of giving the guilty person this elaborate warning? The first reason that occurs to me is that you yourself do not know who the guilty person is. You're trying to force a confession.
A clever idea, but not the truth.
Then surely you are running the risk of letting the murderer escape?
He cannot escape. There is only one way out, and that way does not lead to freedom. Yes, my friend, the murderer was one of those people here tonight.
Which one?
I will take you the way that I have traveled myself. Step by step, you shall accompany me. The first thing that drew my attention to you was the little discrepancy in time. You left the house at 10 minutes to 9, yet it was 9 o'clock as you passed through the lodge gates. Why had you taken 10 minutes to do a 5 minutes walk? Supposing you killed Ackroyd before you left, then you go out, run to the summer house, take Ralph Payton's shoes out of the bag you brought, slip them on, make the prints on the window ledge, climb in, lock the study door on the inside, run back, change shoes, and race to the gate. I went through similar actions. It took 10 minutes exactly.
A strange, forced laugh. You're mad. What on earth had I to gain by murdering Ackroyd?
Safety. It was you who blackmailed Mrs. Ferrars, who had a better knowledge of what killed Mr. Ferrars than the doctor attending him. You mentioned a legacy a year ago. I have been unable to find any trace of a legacy. You had to invent a way of accounting for Mrs. Ferrars's £20,000. You lost it in speculation. Then you put the screw on too hard. If Ackroyd had learned the truth, you were ruined forever.
And the telephone call? You have a plausible explanation for that also, I suppose.
It was my greatest stumbling block. But then I inquired as to your patients that Friday morning. Among them was the steward of an American liner. Who more suitable to be leaving for Liverpool that evening? I sent him a wireless message. This is his reply.
Quite correct. Dr. Shepherd asked me to leave a note at a patient's house. I was to ring him up from the station with a reply. Reply was no answer.
It was a clever idea. The call was genuine. Your sister saw you take it. But there was only one man's word as to what was actually said, your own.
With a slight yawn. All this is very interesting, but hardly in the sphere of practical politics.
Remember what I said. The truth goes to Inspector Raglan in the morning. But, for the sake of your good sister, I am willing to give you the chance of another way out. There might be, for instance, an overdose of a sleeping draught. You comprehend me. But Captain Patton must be cleared. I should suggest that you finish that very interesting manuscript of yours, but abandoning your former reticence. And one thing more. It would be most unwise on your part to attempt to silence me as you silenced M. Ackroyd. That kind of business does not succeed against Hercule Poirot.
Smiling a little. My dear Poirot, whatever else I may be, I am not a fool. Well, I must be off home. Thank you for a most interesting and instructive evening. A sigh. The sound of a pen scratching on paper. I am rather proud of myself. I have told a story of absorbing interest. My greatest asset has been my sister. It is a pity that I am unable to finish my work. My death will be attributed to an overdose of veronal, a drug I have been taking for sleeplessness. It is a pity, but I wish Hercule Poirot had never retired from his business and come here to grow vegetable marrows.